Hey Seeds of Soul fam, today we are joined by Tina. She is a dynamo because she is a businesswoman as well as a mom, and she is here to share with us tips on self-love. So please join me in welcoming Tina to our show. Hey Tina, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi Pallavi, thank you for having me over at your show.
And could you start by telling us a little about yourself and as to what kind of work do you do?
About me, I have an aviation background, and this is a major switch from what I'm doing at the moment. So I was there for almost 14 years in the aviation background, and I switched over to something new, which has not been my field. So now I handle a hotel and a homestay in Bangalore.
Wow.
Yes, and that keeps me traveling back and forth between Bangalore and Mumbai.
So that must be a very taxing schedule to follow, right?
It is, because I also manage my two kids in Bombay, my house and the business. So I get a lot of calls. So calls and travel and the kids keep me occupied.
I can only imagine. So on that note, can you share a little about your journey as a working mom, and how has that perspective shaped up your idea on self-love?
I'm working, but I can't say I have a 9 to 5 job, but I would say I'm working 24 hours on the clock, because
That's the story of every business owner, isn't it?
it gives me the zone where I can work from home and take my calls from wherever I feel like. But it's endless, right? You can just go on taking calls and you can keep attending to your kids. But you need that small time for yourself. It can be anything. It can be a cup of coffee with your friends, or just a meal by yourself, or say a workout.
Correct. And that is your idea of me time, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I feel I come back rejuvenated post workout. It's like I'm ready to take on whatever you pass my way. And I look forward to that.
That is so inspiring. And I think that, as mothers, we have been taught to take our health for granted. Yes. So I think that we need to now start putting our own selves front. And this is the message that I think we should pass on to the next generation also.
Correct.
That you need to prioritize your self-love, your own mental health and your own physical health. You said that you come from aviation background, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Don't they tell us that when the oxygen mask is suspended, then you put the oxygen mask
On your
first
face,
on
on yourself first, and
Isn't
then
that-
say the others.
Correct,
Absolutely.
correct.
That's the way the life is actually.
So the balancing of family and your work can always be as if you are a circus monkey, having many balls up in the air.
Right.
Literally so. So how do you navigate the inevitable ups and downs of the daily struggles of motherhood and being a businesswoman?
See, this is something that's never gonna stop, right? The life is gonna keep throwing you different,
curveball.
all the time, and you have to deal with it.
Correct.
And when it comes to your own kids, you can't run away from it, right? So school teacher probably.
So for the audience, could you tell us how old are your children? One is.
Okay, my son is gonna be 12, and my daughter's gonna be 3.
Wow. And yes, and during your when you were expecting, how did you kind of manage your health,
Okay, Pallavi. I firstly had my second baby when I was 39 years old, which is late per se from a lot of, from what we've been following, right?
Correct,
39 is quite late. And I was born late to my mom. My mom was 45 when she had me. And from growing up, I saw her have a lot of health issues. And, she couldn't give me the time that a child would have expected, like running after me or things. There were always nannies and my older siblings and stuff like that. So when I got pregnant, though it was planned, of course, but I had to see to it I don't repeat that. What happened with me? Yeah. So it was a conscious decision that when I was expecting, I saw to it that I took care of my health. It was not just eating for 2, never.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that. But eating healthy,
that is like ingrained in your consciousness, right? That you have to be feeding for 2 and you need to be just overstuffing yourself with calories.
Absolutely, but I think even doctors don't agree to that. They don't tell you when you're pregnant, your gynaec doesn't tell you that you have to eat for 2. It's just eat healthy I think I went overboard with that, no doubt. I ended up gaining 25 kgs, though I worked out all through my pregnancy. Like entire 9 months, right from the day
Wow.
one, I was working out. No change in my schedule. And thankfully, my doctors supported me. It wasn't like, you can't lift weight because you're pregnant. They knew I was working out. That was how it was.
And it was just a continuation of your journey.
Absolutely. Nothing changed because I was pregnant.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, what was the defining moment when you probably said that, okay, I need to give me time and I need to start focusing on my health? Was there any such time that you can probably figure out?
Okay.
Pinpoint.
Since I was flying, we used to fly through different time zones, eat at different hours. We were young, partying at odd hours. So that led to thyroid. So I had thyroid before both my kids were born. And I have hypothyroid, which it's like totally weight gain. So if I do not watch what I eat and do not work out, I am just going to put on weight. And there is no, there's no option or.
And the only way to manage the symptoms
Absolutely.
is to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely. So thyroid being one, and having a late child being the second one, definitely. I wanted to be around my kids and be actively involved in their lives. So I knew this was not taking a backseat ever. Workout was priority no matter what happens.
So are there any practical tips that you would like to share with any mom, working or not, that is material? Because I think that's a myth that working moms versus homemakers, because every mom is working.
I was going to come to that. Yeah.
Every mom is working in all ways, and actually homemakers are not even compensated for their hard work. So anyway, so if anybody wants to start on their fitness journey, because the issues that you just highlighted are actually so ever prevalent. Every 1 in 3 women are facing or battling these issues. So what are some practical tips that you would like to share with our audience if anybody wants to start on this fitness journey?
The most important part would be movement, like any kind of movement, be taking stairs in your building, or if you're working, getting off, you're using the train, getting off 2 stations earlier and taking a walk, any kind of movement. You don't have to go to a gym.
You don't really have to go to a gym.
Exactly. You're lifting your groceries, so probably carry those bags up to your by the stairs.
Yeah, I think one should just hit the gym only for the perspective of not because you have to do a ramp walk, but because you have to be fit for your children and you have to lift those grocery bags.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that brings me on the topic of compassion for self. Because we moms carry a lot of guilt. We are always making lists in our head, right? At night we are always making lists, and that list just never ends. And because of all that stress, we are never able to focus on ourselves. So any tips that you would like to give out to our audience on this topic as to how did you start on your journey, and these are the tips that you probably did for your own betterment.
Pallavi, the mind never stops functioning no matter what. Like even if you're saying, I go to the gym and it's my me time or whatever, I know my mind is still running in different directions, because it can be, what do I make for tiffin tomorrow, or what time do I answer this, call, I have to get back to a client and everything. So though I'm lifting weights or whatever I'm doing, it's still functioning. But I think people meditate, people do a lot of yoga, anything that helps you center yourself, and get your focus back. It could be just probably breathing, 10 minutes of breathing probably.
Alum Vilum in the morning.
Yes, mornings, evenings, whenever you have a quiet time, I think the favorite corner in your house, wherever you can, just breathing.
But prioritize your mental health.
Yes.
For the benefit of our viewers, how much do you think is physical wellness? How much does it impact the mental health aspect of it, in your opinion, as a woman?
I feel they both go hand in hand. You can't just be, you can't outrun a bad diet. So I can't say, I will eat a piece
I will outrun a burger.
Exactly. So I used to think that many years back, yes, but I realized over the years, no, that's not happening. So your mental and physical health has to be, you work out, you feel good, you take better decisions, you are, I feel, as I said, the curveballs thrown at you, I think you're in a better position to handle them.
Yeah.
So yeah, they both go hand in hand. There is no escaping. Like I'll just read, I'll just do yoga, and then I'm going to eat a big piece of cake and handle stress. No, maybe somewhere it's not going to balance it out.
Okay.
You know?
So you are saying that a diet and a good workout regime is what you need. Yeah. Okay, to kind of give you a balance.
And I won't use the word diet again. I would just say nutrition, because diet is a very misunderstood word.
Correct.
Because the minute you go to a party, you go out with friends, and you say, "Okay, I won't have that pizza." Are you on a diet? That's not how it is.
Yeah.
Probably you have to just make it like a way of life.
Yeah.
So I can eat that pizza on a weekend, but probably Monday to Friday you're going to eat something healthy, or basically home cooked food, not healthier by
Maybe focus
salads.
on mindful eating. Absolutely. Okay. We are at a time and age where we need to stop counting calories and instead count the chemicals in the food. Because the foods are so highly processed these days. Yes.
And it's not just the food products, also you yourself. Like I am 40 plus right now, and after a certain time our hormones start going haywire. They don't support you. Like I could be working out, I could be eating healthy, but my weight is not going to budge because there's something wrong. And because of the hormones, basically they just get stubborn.
Yeah. So what do you do when you kind of get stuck in such a plateau?
I let go some days. I just let go. It's
you
like
just accept
you
it.
can't keep you just can't keep fighting it all the time. And as you said, you just need to keep doing what you're doing, being consistent.
That's
you can't
the
give
most
up.
important.
Yeah, you just need to be consistent.
Correct.
And it will show, it definitely will show.
Okay. So this has been a truly insightful conversation, and I can't thank you enough, Tina. So on the last and parting note, if you were to talk to your daughter 20 years from now and imagine her as a mom, what is that piece of advice that you might want to share with her or with our viewers, who are listening in today?
It's not just my daughter. I would like to tell myself also, I wish someone told me this 30 years back, or when I was much, much younger, and to everybody else around. I think gut health is the most important.
True.
Because I think
that's why they
where,
call it the second brain, don't
yes,
they?
that's where everything starts.
Correct.
So what you're feeding it now, probably not immediately, but somewhere down the line, it's definitely going to show up. So gut health is primary focus. I think you need to deal with your problems there first, and everything is going to move smoothly then.
Correct. So thank you so much, Tina, for coming to our show. It was a true pleasure to have you over.
Thank you so much.
So if you like this content and would like to see more of us, then do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.